Hey everyone, Snags here. Starting to cast. We got two games tonight. Got the first game of Echo Squad Gaming versus To the Moon, and then we got another game later at 10. So should be good. Just right now we're just waiting for the draft to start. Everybody's in the lobby. I think we're waiting on one bio break, and then we'll be moving into it. The map is going to be Infernal Shrines for this one. To the Moon decided to pick Infernal Shrines. They are going to be second pick. First pick is going to go to Echo Squad Gaming. All right, let's get into the draft. All right, so Infernal Shrines I think it's a very fun map. It's got the versatility of the split soaking with how you want to control the shrines, and especially what you can do with the Punishers. I think that's the most fun with this map. Once you see those Punishers baited, if you can work it for your team of following up with a stun, it's a free stun. So I think it definitely adds a lot of playmaking ability to certain teams if they utilize that. Or, the defending team of how they can quickly kill it or punish somebody for overextending. It's a lot of fun to see, in my opinion. So we're going to see Echo Squad Gaming on the left. They decided to ban the Jaina first. Not somebody we normally see banned on a first pick rotation. They might have just banned her out just because they want either the Artanis or the Rag. Maybe they're going to try to bait To the Moon into banning one of those two when they get the other two. Or, Dahaka. Maybe they think there's a lot of people available. To the Moon decides to ban Rag. Solid pick. I mean, he's strong, definitely way strong on this map with the ability to take over Molten Core and protect your forts and keeps from taking damage from the Punisher. And the first pick, ETC. They really wanted their tank pick, like first thing right off the bat. He's a solid tank. I think there's probably stronger picks out there between Dahaka, Artanis, and I would almost say Diablo's probably a stronger tank on this map just because there's so many spots to push people into things. And To the Moon's going with the classic shrine fighter with Kerrigan. And, she's her ability to, once she gets to 4 and she gets the constantly being able to jump and basically two-shot the minions, keep herself healed up, gives her so much mobility on those shrine fights. And she can solo it the whole time. So if they win, their team can push elsewhere. So it was definitely a classic strat that's still super powerful. It's so Echo Squad decides to get a solid, sort of like a sustained mage with the dot damage and slightly burst with the Fell Flame. But I think he's definitely more of a sustained mage than the other mages. And Malfurion, probably one of the best healers. I'm actually quite surprised that To the Moon didn't first pick Malfurion. They went with the Rhaegar. I'm surprised they didn't go with Malfurion. And I don't know. It seems like it would be a they must really have a Rhaegar player that they really wants to play Rhaegar. Decided to ban Artanis. It's good. I mean, if he didn't make it through the first round, he's a very good second round ban. And so, especially it's a Kerrigan. So Kerrigan's really weak against double frontline because they have the high health pool that when Kerrigan pulls them in, they're not really going to get much follow up on it. Kerrigan thrives on squishy targets, so usually a double tank is the big counter to Kerrigan. I would say Arthas is definitely a huge counter to Kerrigan. Especially, and Arthas is really strong in this map. He's a good solo laner. So I'd actually be really interested to see if Echo Squad goes with the Arthas. Turn up my outbound volume. I don't know. Yesterday it sounded pretty good, and it was right next to my face, but we'll see how this is. So the Echo Squad decides to ban Tychus. I think that's, that it's good if they definitely want to go double tank now, especially since they showed the Kerrigan that we're going to want to go double tank, and banning out Tychus, gets rid of one of their potentials. Also Tychus with not in the, I think in the rhythm. No, not in the rhythm. The bigger they are, can really burn somebody down really quick during a Kerrigan stun. They do go to the moon, goes with the Diablo and Falstad, give a little bit of their global potential. Diablo, like I said earlier, he's a really strong tank on this map because there's so many different little sections between all the different shrine areas that you can push somebody into, and including the shrine itself. It's so they have pretty good combo with Diablo, push pull, Kerrigan stun, Rhaegar slow. That's a very good kill comp right there. They'll give them a 3-man rotation if they want it between mid and bottom lane. So, like I said before, I would really like to see Echo Squad go with the second tank. I would honestly, I think Arthas would be the best pick here, or Dahaka. Dahaka is also a very solid pick here because he can burrow during Kerrigan E. He can win the lane, and obviously the pull on the Kerrigan or Falstar or Rhaegar, because Rhaegar's a frontliner. Again, the ETC and the mouth already fills up, and they go with the Sonya. I like it. That's also a good pick. I would agree with that too. I forgot that she's back in the meta now, because Sonya, just like Kerrigan, is a shrine combatant. All those minions now give her more healing on the shrine. She can self-sustain, I would say almost better than Kerrigan now on the shrine. She has a lot of follow-up between the ETC and the Malfurion. I would say the only weakness here is that they have, Sonya's got some burst, but the other two damage dealers are not that bursty. And I don't know, I could definitely see Echo Squad coming out pretty strong here. It's really going to come down to, I think, the Raynor and the Falstad, honestly, because if they make some good rotations to get some good early picks, early lead, it can come out to a good win. So yeah, I mean, I think right here, we're going to be looking at probably the Falstad top lane, Sonya top lane, and if they do the 4-man rotation, we'll see how that works. I think the 4-man rotation is a little bit stronger for the to the moon team, red team. All right, so starting off for Echo Squad Gaming, we got Barber on the Nazeebo, Azric on the Gul'dan, Kael on Sonya, Senlar on Malfurion, and Noldat on ETC. For the red team, to the moon, we got Opera Jerk on Diablo, Albi on Kerrigan, Ben, I like it, that's my name, Ben on the Falstad, Schneid Chris on the Raynor, and Hemo Santiago on the Rhaegar. Right off the bat, nothing too abnormal with first pick talents. We do have the Seasoned Marksman, Raynor, and Falstad, so they're gonna be looking for those rotations, probably to try to get up the Seasoned Marksman stacks. I'm gonna be interested to see if Falstad goes with Lightning Shield with it. It'll probably be the heal though, the auto attack heals. Nobody's really showing in mid right now. They're just respecting each other's kill potential. Kind of just waiting to see who shows first. Diablo does show first, so Sonya is going to go top lane. He's probably going to try to clear that lane up right away. Nazeebo is going bottom lane. So it looks like Echo Squad is not looking to rotate. To the moon is, and Falstad does go top lane, so that's going to be good. Do a little bit of shot. Sonya should win that lane. If she gets one spear on Falstad, it should work out really well. We're going to have a rotation for to the moon on the 4 of them. So Nazeebo's just got to play safe. The 3 here, they should be already fine. Gul'dan will kill the lane fast enough anyways. Ooh, but they do have a double pull with the Diablo follow-up, and the first kill to the moon, killing Gul'dan. It was a really good, they did a really good job there with following up with all their different hits. Between Kerrigan stun hitting first sounds like that's going to be the key thing here. And then the follow-up with Diablo pull and the Rhaegar and Raynor. That's going to be, that's the potential of the 4-man rotation. So it's one of the advantages that To the Moon is having. But I mean, they'll lose slightly on the soak, it looks like, because since they do have one person on the bottom lane that's killing minions and allowing those minions to be there. So, but as long as they get kills, you know, they'll keep us. If you see like that one kill is barely a difference in experience, you know, they're looking to get more here. Kerrigan is a stronger early game hero. She's weaker in the later game, so they want to get this early game lead. And I haven't been paying attention to the top lane. It looks like Falstad has kind of been winning the lane out, but you know, taking a little bit more tower shots, not that big of a deal. So see, look at this healing from Sonya. So much more healing now with the buff. And then both teams really want to get 4 here. To the Moon is a little bit faster on the 4. I think they almost wanted to stay a little bit in the mid lane. There it is. So now they really want to be aggressive with the 4. And a good pull from Kerrigan, getting 2 of them. Immediately, Sonya spinning to winning. If Diablo did a little bit of any of his pulls there, I think Sonya would have died if he did an overpower. I think it might have been on cooldown though. Echo Squad just got 4. So they're going to be looking to push a little bit back. Sonya did miss the spear. So pay attention to the Kerrigan. You see her leaping all over the place. So did get another big pull. Falstad almost died to the Gul'dan though. This is 2 fights now. 2 big pulls, 2 big engagements, and nobody died. That's very surprising. But if you pay attention to the Kerrigan, oh, she didn't go the mana regen. So she's not going to be able to sustain on the lanes as much. I think that's a little bit of a misplay on the Kerrigan part. Like, that's the really big, you know, pull for Kerrigan on this mess, is be able to constantly sustain on the wave. But they get it pretty handily anyways, so it's a very good start for To the Moon. I mean, like I said before, they're going to be looking to get this early game engagement. So here's where I was talking about earlier about the Punisher engagement. Let's see if the Kerrigan pulls across the wall. Looks like they're not going to go for it. Only the ETC showed, which is fine. But that's still a lot of damage on ETC, because that Punisher does do some damage to heroes. So I think a lot of times the idea there is to get a you know, especially when that gate is still up, is, you know, you get that initial pull over the wall right when the Punisher stuns, and then the Punisher's just wailing on him. You know, he's, you know, shoving his big John Cena hands into him, doing a lot of damage. But To the Moon did a really good job of soaking during that as well. They only had 3 on top with the Punisher. The other 2 were landing. So like you see down here, they got a lot of tower damage on the bottom lane, because I think only Nazeebo was rotating between the 2, and they had 4 up top for Echo Squad. The 3-man still staying up here. This is basically, I think this is going to be their 3-man kill potential, which is, it's very smart for them to stay in that 3 squad looking for any picks. Nobody's going for any mercs yet. I would like to see Sonya start merking by herself and have the other 4 split into lanes. You know, play it safe, make sure they don't get picked off. But Sonya is one of the better merkers, solo merkers, which is really strong. To the Moon is going to look to get their Khazra camp in mid. You know, it's right now, it's in between Punishers. Not much to do. You know, people are just trying to make way. Falstad flies to the top to get the soak. I like the play. Nazeebo, you see Nazeebo's playing super safe. They didn't see him anywhere in map, so he was way back there. And now that he sees all 4 in the mid, he's you know, attacking into the Falstad. We are seeing Toad build out of Nazeebo, so we're going to have to look for... Ooh, this is a top possible gank. A good stun against the wall. Kerrigan preemptively throws her stun, but I think she was expecting the Diablo overpower, but didn't matter. They got the kill anyways. Hard for Sonya to escape that between the amount of lockdown that To the Moon has here. And that timing could not have been better with the Shrine starting up. I think right now To the Moon can probably play the map however they want. I would like to see just, you know, at the start, have Kerrigan showing the 4 of them down here. And then once Kerrigan gets control, once they have control of the Shrine, yeah, perfect. Go into other lanes. Force them away from the Shrine completely. That gives Kerrigan even more security in staying in the Shrine by herself. And then anytime they push in, Kerrigan can just jump over with all of her free Qs and get a stun. Here comes Falstad. So, oh, right in the middle of all of them, but an instant dash away, so he didn't get stunned. We got some good Gul'dan damage coming out. So it looks like now Echo Squad has gained control of the shrine a little bit. I think they're just basically waiting for a good engage from the Diablo and the Kerrigan. They don't have good vision out there. Diablo might be getting low, but he's got so much health. It's not even that big of a deal. Raynor just barely dies. His self-heal almost saved him. Malfurion almost died because of the Falstad. Kerrigan's so low, but a little bit of a heal to save from the Rhaegar. Now Falstad's too far forward, and he does go down as well for the trade of Nazeebo. So a little bit of a fiesta going all back and forth. Falstad was poking at the Malfurion back here, and then just got himself trapped trying to run away, and was able to trade 2 for 1. But we got ultimates on the side of To the Moon. Can they get 8 more, 7 more before To the Moon come in with their ultimates? We got APOC going out. Kerrigan does a pull on ETC. Not the best, but they do get the Punisher. And Kerrigan blows the stun, really trying to go for that Gul'dan. Really trying to go for the Gul'dan. Rhaegar's back there, but didn't get punished for it, which is good for them. And now Echo Squad really wants to get and soak for 10. They have Nazeebo going mid lane, soaking 10. They're not going to be able to do much with this Punisher, which is alright. It prevented To the Moon from getting the Punisher, which I think is probably their ideal choice anyways. Since they know they can't push, they're just going to go ahead and get him at camp. They're all pretty hurt. I mean, the Arcane Punisher does a lot of damage. We have Diablo sitting here, seeing if they can get a pick on Nazeebo. A good stun, overpower, and there's the Kerrigan follow-up. That was a great use of their kill wombo combo. Meanwhile, Sonya's up top. She's gonna be the next target. She's better start running. Unfortunately, I mean, luckily for her, the rotation between the rest of To the Moon has been a little bit slow. I think she should be able to get out of this with the spin to the win. Yep. I don't know, actually. That's slow from Rhaegar. Yeah, she gets away. Meanwhile, Falstad is taking some good Gul'dan damage. Yeah, if To the Moon had a little bit more rotation, a faster rotation there, I think they probably could have easily gotten the Sonya, but the soaking was on the higher priority for him. Falstad's waiting down here for the Gul'dan, try to bait him out a little bit so he can get a good. If he can get a good Q damage, dash away, and then the Drain Hope starts, and then Drain Life starts, and then come back in with the Lightning Shield. I think he should be able to win that lane. It really comes down to him hitting his Q first, especially since he has the auto attack heal. So ultimates, I haven't gone over ultimates for both teams. They're both pretty normal. Hyperion, Ancestral, Wrath of the Berserker, Horrify, and Gargantuan. Tranquility, actually, not the Silence. I mean, some of these fights have been pretty sustaining. They haven't really been bursty heals to try to get the Silence out. Sonya's caught a little bit out. I think she should be going down for this with all 4 here. Yep. Oh! They thought that somebody else on the team was. Oh, you guys got it. You guys got the kill. I don't need to have that killing blow. APOC does go out a little premature. That's a 100-second cooldown that basically had no follow-up to it. A lot of times you want to see the APOC with you APOC, immediately charge, immediately overpower, and you actually flip them into the APOC on the perfect time. Falstad was able to get the Mercs on bottom, which is really strong. So they know that Sonya was dead. They have full control of the shrine. Kerrigan can do it solo, and Falstad can push elsewhere. As long as they have 3 people, like this is really good for To the Moon. They're really understanding the controlling of the shrine aspect. They know that Nazeebo's down there. Nazeebo almost dies to Falstad, and so they know it's a 4v4 up here. If they have vision on the lane, they know they can't have a gank on Kerrigan. And Sonya's actually going to leave the lane, which is going to give him even more security. That spear would have hit. Almost would have been bad. But the Falstad here getting all the Mercs is really forcing Echo Squad to play passive. They're not able to fully commit to a team fight. So To the Moon is really controlling the map at this point. Looking for another gank on Sonya. She's scared. She knows that something's coming. She should be able to get out of here. Oh, the good body blocks, not even using the overpower yet. That was a really good play. I'm really impressed. So Sonya knew that she could only win, or she could only get free by whirlwinding. If she whirlwind, Diablo was immediately going to overpower, and then they just can get body blocked. So it was a good use of the Rhaegar and the Diablo body blocking to try to bait the whirlwind, and then would be insta kill. That was if they didn't do that body blocking, she definitely would have gotten away. The first fort does go down on the side of Echo Squad, which is funny because it's not even on with the Punisher. I think Nazeebo is going to die here. Yep. That was... So Ben knew that the minions... Well, granted, the tower also didn't have any shots, but knew that the minions were stoking the tower shots. So he knew he was able to be super aggressive. He knew the rest of the team members were top lane. Let's see if we can get some cheeky flies into Gust. All the ultimates are up. The ultimates have not really been used that often. Most of these team fights have... I mean, we haven't really had a real team fight yet. It's only been picks here and there that have forced the teams to be passive. So we haven't really been able to see the power of either team, honestly, to see how they play out. Both playing pretty passive, just getting the mercs, getting what, staying in the lanes, showing in the lanes, getting their soak. They have 16 on them. They're trying to invade on this camp. There's a good use of the APOC. Kerrigan comes in, follows with the stun, gusting away the Gul'dan. Mosh just gets interrupted immediately. Oh, never mind. That was going pretty well, but all their damage was pretty occupied. ETC does end up going down. Ancestral on the Diablo. Nazeebo goes down. Mouth. Oh, Rhaegar barely stays away. But man, this Sonya heals. I mean, she stayed alive for a long time. Really chased down the Rhaegar. I think if they had a little bit more focus on the ET stage dive down here and focusing on a certain hero, they probably could have come away with more kills than that. Or kills in general, but yeah. Kerrigan did a good follow-up on the Diablo APOC, especially since they were all packed into this small little area. It makes APOC so much more strong. This will net them the first keep. Oh, nope, they get scared off. That's alright, playing safe. They know that, you know, still a game to lose. It's alright. The shrine is up. They can push mid lane with it. Mid lane fort's already down. Rhaegar is going to get the top camp over here. That's going to allow that lane to push out while the shrines are going. So Echo Squad still doesn't have 16. I don't know if they can contest this yet. All the ultimates are down on both teams. If they get a pick here, that's a different story. Oh, so close. Diablo just has so much health. Oh, man. So much health from Diablo. That just feels bad. But they did the Kerrigan, and now they can win. So... Even though they might have been like, oh man, Diablo just barely gets away. Kerrigan's like, okay, I'm here. I'll sacrifice myself. I'll pay tribute. I'll sacrifice myself as tribute. Nazeebo's going to come back and clear up this lane. Otherwise, this would take the keep. So they do not want that to happen. I think Echo Squads get their first, breather of the game, but not that much of a breather. To the Moon is really not giving them any breaks. That, hey, you guys can take the shrine, but if you spend all your people there, then we're just gonna make sure all the other lanes are pushed out, so you don't get that much value out of it. It's really smart. But I think they're really gonna have to play aggressive with this Punisher now. Once this Punisher slides, we're gonna have to see. I hope we see an ETC follow up. It's on the Diablo. That was smart. They're really gonna want to get some more picks here. Falstad's not in the fight yet. He does have fly, so they do have to be wary of that. They could just fly into towers. ETC's in there. Not the one that you really want to be pushing. If he dives into that could be really strong. Oh, APOC hits all 4. And Kerrigan goes down again, just not able to keep herself up with the Maelstrom. Diablo's trying to lean them away from that angle. Falstad never joined the fight, which is a little painful for them. They needed that 5th, and they definitely needed Gust. Took a little bit too long to rotate over, and this is actually going to give the keep to Echo Squad. Man, that turnaround. Look at this keep over here. Halfway down, and then and they've been losing all the team fights so far, and then Echo Squad comes out with the first keep kill. We got a game on our hands. We got a game on our hands. Kerrigan's still down for another 15, so Echo Squad's got full control of the map right now. Now catapults are constantly going to be pushing into this mid lane. It's going to be a constant, annoyance for To the Moon. Both mercs are going to be taking. Now the race is to 20. so far to the moon with the Falstad split soaking. Even they lost the keep, but they do have the potential to get 20 first. And so with that, they're really going to want to abuse the 20 power. I'm really hoping we see them get very aggressive on the 20. And to that credit, Echo Squad wants to be aggressive before they get 20. So far, they've been winning. They've only lost one team fight. They won the second team fight. Granted, they had a Punisher. They are looking to be very aggressive before 20. They know that they want to fight. They'll have a whole level and a half before they get a chance like this again. They're really, Kerrigan's a little too far back. A good cleanse follow-up, but look at that Gul'dan damage. Oh, man. And Sonya did get Poison Spear, so Poison Spear, Gul'dan, that's so much poison. She is forced to back out. So they're really going to be looking for that one kill. Let's see what the damage is looking like right now. Gul'dan's top. Diablo is on top for To the Moon. Interesting. I mean, just went the normal talents. Falstad, Kerrigan. So this is really good. This is a perfect timing for To the Moon. They're going to want to fight. They need to be aggressive here. They need to. They know there's only one Merc. Oh, there's 2 Mercs available, but it's unlikely that they're going to be fighting for the Shrine right now. They need to almost ignore the Shrine completely and just force a fight while they have 20. We have Blink, Blink, and Storm Shield, Nexus Frenzy, Nexus Frenzy. 2 double full auto attack builds. Now, if they don't die to a gank here, that's the one potential while they're not 20. The ETC's baiting it. They're following it up. If he gets a good mosh right here, great mosh. Nobody can interrupt that. Diablo should die to himself. Oh my god, but he gets away. Again, so much health. Holy cow, how did Diablo not die there? Gul'dan ends up going down with a counter kill. And Falstad and Raynor are just sitting here able to auto attack for days. Here's where the level 20 comes in. They had such a good mosh there. Such a good separation. But they just weren't able to secure the kill on Diablo. Now, granted, I'm sure Diablo has enough souls. I think he probably just would have come back anyways. But like, they almost wanted to go after the Rhaegar, who is also out of it. Right? But it's hard to see. Diablo's right in their face. He's zoning. But that the idea was there. The idea was there. I have to give them props. Even though they're down 20, they're like, hey, if we get a gank, we can win this game, push through mid, and win. But I think with that, there is the counter potential with To the Moon being 20. And this is going to be a scary spot for Echo Squad. They should be able to get 20 before the Punisher does too much. Or they'll get 20 right during the Punisher, which is, unless hopefully they pick up their ultimates really quick. Falstad is backing to clear all the lanes. A good amount of core damage was done. I like it. I don't know if I like this. You've now given Echo Squad enough time to get 20. Granted, I know you did it because you wanted to clear the Mercs. You wanted to keep pressure out of mid. So that way when you do team fight, you're not getting this catapult pressure on your keep. So I understand why you did it, but you also lost one of your big advantages. You already have Falstad. Have Falstad clean it up and fly into the fight. Now both teams are 20. We're waiting for Echo Squad to pick their 20 talents. They need to do it real quick. We got Death Metal from ETC. He's expecting to die. We got Demonic Circle from Gul'dan. Because he's definitely getting focused a lot between the Kerrigan. So I'd agree with that pick. Viral Infection from Nazeebo. So Nazeebo's going to start pumping out damage. They're just all poison damage on this team. And the more healing from Malfurion. I like that. Let's bait the Punisher into the core. Actually, I'd almost bait the Punisher into the other fort, but they are going to lose the keep for this, but this is going to be team fight time. Punisher's still at half health. Punisher still has another leap in like 2-1. Yep. So no follow-up. APOC goes down, hits only ETC. A good mosh again, but instantly gets interrupted by the gust. Raynor is dead, and Ancestral was not able to hit that. Puts it on cooldown. Malfurion is barely alive. Sonya is just staying in there as best as possible. She did go the slowings instead of a Hardened Shield. They're able to pick off the Kerrigan. And I think the ETC should get one more dive, hit this Rhaegar. There it is. ETC stuns. Or, sorry, Sonya stuns. Now, that's 60 seconds on a lot of people. They might be able to push core with this. Minions are already on the core, or heading towards the core. Diablo will have his res. They almost don't even want to spend time in this, but getting the kill is always good. They can get the kill a second time. He'll have a lot less health. Yeah, Diablo does have the res. So he'll have a lot less health now. 30 seconds on Kerrigan, 40 seconds on Rhaegar. They have potential to end here. It's going to take a lot of focus. Tranquility in another 30. Sonya will have Wrath of Berserker. We do still have Gust. He can gust away to delay a little bit of time, but that's a lot of damage going on. They need to split a little bit. They're taking a lot of core damage. Oh, but that's dying fast. Holy cow, that died fast. GG, Echo Squad. Never mind. 30 seconds. You can do a lot in 30 seconds. But that was a good game. It was looking a little, I guess, scary in the beginning for Echo Squad because of the amount of kill potential from To the Moon, and so like they were definitely getting that upper lead. They had the first pressure on the keep, but once Echo Squad got it together, they showed them what's up, and were able to push back and got the first. They actually got the first keep kill, which allowed them to get a lot more. That opening for the next team fight. But good job to both teams. Congratulations to Echo Squad. Hopefully you can keep it up. Keep practicing, play a lot of Cherry League. I'm always looking to cast, so if you see me apply, look for that caster tab. Except I'm happy to cast some more. Again, so I actually have another game at 10 o'clock Eastern, about 30 minutes. So we are going to go on a quick break, I guess, and I may try to play a quick match game in between. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe probably some Rocket League, but yeah. So stick around, come back around 10 o'clock, and we got another game for you. Thanks.